Yeah, it was quite a heartbreaking experience for me. I think one
Mm-hmm.
of the saddest moments that I had to go through
Mm-hmm.
at the, in my second year.
Mm-hmm.
I had to withdraw on medical grounds,
Oh, I
and
see.
yeah, I
Uh,
couldn't write my second year exams for me
Oh, I
to
see.
proceed. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was quite heartbreaking on my part. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
But
think
you
it's
came
one
back.
of those. But I had to come back.
Very good to see you here today, and I'm very happy that we can be able to discuss more about your experiences, plans, and dreams. And we believe that as we talk more and more, uh, we can let people understand more the life of the people with physical disabilities and what type of things are actually uh, needed or could be offered, or kind of support necessary to this type of people and the group of people in any society that we are living with. And since you are in Zambia, we are thinking about Zambia and Africa at the moment. And today, especially after the first eye-opening discussion, we are going to touch a little bit more on the welfare section as to what type of uh, well-being or welfare support these people would need, and what type of an environment is good to create for them, as well as the abilities that they have. So, and of course, we will publish another session after 1 week in order to get people still get to learn through your experiences and, of course, the work that you're doing every time. So thank you very much one more time for joining us in here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And I remember, since we are all, I think many people were intrigued with your post of the graduation of the university. And now that we're talking about the welfare elements, it would be nice to get a little bit of glimpse about your how has your life been as a university student. So from morning down to from home back to home, how has it been for you? Just basically to get a picture.
Okay, so my life as a student, I must say it was quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I was a boarder,
Mm-hmm.
so most of my time I was on campus.
Oh, I see.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah, and then because I was at the university in a different town or a
Mm-hmm.
different district, my hometown.
That's right.
Uh, I was in Lusaka,
Mm-hmm.
and then home is in Kabwe.
That's
So
right.
I was a full-time boarder. I was full-time
Mm-hmm.
into as a student. Yeah. So
That's right.
basically, overall, it was an interesting experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
Though
interesting.
it wasn't sort of very strange being in a boarding school
Mm-hmm.
because I'd always been in boarding schools
I see.
since kindergarten. Yeah. But
Oh,
of course,
yes.
yeah. But then of course, it was a different environment.
That's right.
Yeah, from my previous boarding schools that I had to attend.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense that I was in special schools,
That's right.
boarding schools, yes. But then I had to go to now all these different environments,
Mm-hmm.
different setups,
Mm-hmm.
where we were, I think, less than hundreds of us students with special needs,
Oh, I
and
see.
the majority were not. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was quite a different environment for me.
But you managed. How many years it was?
Initially, I was supposed to do a 4-year program,
Mm-hmm.
but due to medical condition, I had to do 5 years.
5 years. So you did even one more year in the
Yes,
mixture of
yes,
everybody in the
yeah.
university. Yes.
Yeah, it was quite a heartbreaking experience for me. I think one
Hmm.
of the saddest moments that I had to go through
Hmm.
at the, in my second year,
Hmm.
I had to withdraw on medical grounds.
Oh, I
And
see.
yeah, I
Uh,
couldn't write my second year exams for me
Oh, I
to
see.
proceed. Yeah, so
Hmm.
yeah, it was quite heartbreaking on my part. Yeah,
Hmm.
I
But
think
you
it's
came
one
back.
of those. But I had to come back. Like
Yes,
I just had to get back to school because
definitely.
I still wanted to get that degree. I think that
That's the
was something
degree.
that I've always looked forward to. Yeah,
Yes,
so definitely I wouldn't let just a setback that I had to really take over my life. Yeah, I just had to do something. I get back
definitely.
to it. Yeah,
Definitely. And as I said before, your dream was always, your eyes and your mind was focused on education. You wanted that education, and that's what
definitely.
gets you back to the university. Yes, now you will feel like, oh yeah, I'm a person with physical disabilities, so it was my medical condition. But there are people who might not be in any condition, but then they get sick, like
Definitely.
severely sick. Then they have to stay at home. So coming back to the university is still kind of a motivation that you had, and it's kind of a drive that you had in you, and that made you come back to continue with and graduate with your degree. So that is where the fifth year came at. But the most important thing is that you came back and you made it.
Definitely. I think that's the most important thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And did you get all the facilities necessary for your needs in the uni?
Not really.
Hmm.
I think one of the major, and I could say one of the main contributors as why I even had to withdraw on medical grant security was something related to the infrastructure itself. I,
Infrastructure, I see.
yeah, but
Hmm.
the fact that I wasn't yet ready the issue of me going upstairs each and every time,
Hmm.
like so that sort of had an effect on me. That's why I had to
Right.
withdraw. Yeah,
Hmm.
so in terms of infrastructure accessibility,
Hmm.
it wasn't really as friendly as it's supposed to be for
Okay.
someone who has physical disability.
Hmm. Yes, and I think this is usually it's a development element that many institutions are going through, not only in Africa but also everywhere around the world. And maybe one day when you have your initiative, you will use the University of Zambia as your pilot to start creating the facilities and infrastructure. And I'm sure they'll be very happy because accepting you there is already a positive heart of the university that we can welcome this student here. But then improving the infrastructure requires an external force to come in and contribute to this development. So yes, that's good to know. But of course, it's a very a common sort of uh, a challenge for many institutions in many parts of the world, actually, to have infrastructure for students with physical disabilities. Um, it can be physical disabilities, it could be mental disabilities as well, or someone who could not see these type of things, but it's in the development. So I think we are not that backwards as I would say, but of course
Yeah.
it's our responsibility, of course, as Africans, to put more efforts in ideation and collect people who can do things to develop our institutions as well. As alumni, you were already
Yeah.
a president of the department, very important department. So I'm sure when you go back one day, they will listen to you with 2 ears.
Definitely, definitely.
Yes.
I think it's something that I'm really looking forward to. Yeah.
Mhm. Fantastic. That's very, very important. So that is the environmental factor also. But despite that, you were able to graduate and make your degree happen. And now you're going to work. Do you have to go through the same challenges, or are you? How are you going? Because of course, at work you're not living in a boarding workplace. You have to come from home. Yes.
Yeah. Now I came out with this different environments.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course now it's not a body environment.
Mhm.
I have to get from home every day.
Mhm.
Everybody tell me I'm supposed to be at the office by 8.
Mhm.
Yeah. So usually I leave home around 7
Mhm.
a.m. Yeah, so at least by 8 a.m. I'm at the office.
Mhm.
Though yeah, it's an interesting period for me.
Mhm.
I think it's an interesting phase of life
That's right.
that I'm in. From being a student and now working
Mhm.
and just trying to contribute uh, to the nation.
That's
Yeah,
right.
as a whole. Uh, Trying to put what I was learning now into practice.
Into
Because I think
practice. Yes.
this is what work is all about.
Mhm.
From what I was studying in books, and now you have to take it into practice. Which
That's
is,
right.
of course, it's not everything that you learned. Working is a different experience on its own.
Different experience. Yes.
Yeah, there are certain things that you would have learned from school which are not really applicable.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, when it comes to real life issues. 'Cause, yeah,
That's true.
yeah, dealing with real life stories of people.
Mhm.
Yeah, dealing with yeah people in general.
In
People
general,
have got
yes.
different experiences. People have
Mhm.
got coming from different backgrounds,
Mm.
but you just have to see how much you have to accommodate each and every person.
Each and every
If you have,
person,
yeah,
yes.
you
Mhm.
have different opinions on certain things.
Mhm.
You have different understandings on certain things,
Mhm.
but you just have to find a way on how
Exactly.
you accommodate each other and just come
Mm.
to an understanding. And of course,
Exactly.
at my workplace, I've got people whom I work with,
Mhm.
so yeah, I just have now to fit into that environment now.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's right. And of course, as we all know that in the university, we're learning how to become analytical and get the analysis in place. But when we go to work, we are going to another university where you are learning the reality.
definitely.
Yes, so
Yeah.
definitely. Yes. How do you commute to go to work?
Okay, so I use a taxi,
Mhm.
yeah, each and every day because for me using a bus
Mhm.
is quite
Of course.
challenging.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because of my physical disability. So usually I prefer using a taxi.
In
So
taxi.
I
So you
must
pay for a
say
taxi every day.
yes, every
Oh,
day.
okay.
So though I must say it's quite some sort of expensive.
It is expensive. Yes.
Yeah, but then that's the only option that I have at the moment for
Mhm.
me to get to and from work. Yeah,
That's right.
because definitely I wouldn't want to give an excuse of why I'm not going for work
Mhm.
because I don't have transport. I
Yes,
think
that's right.
I have to take it upon myself to say I have to find means and ways of me going to
Mm.
the office every day,
That's
doing
right.
my work and get back home. I don't think
Exactly.
it's something that my employers are supposed to do for me.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it's something that I can take up on my own to say,
Mhm.
okay, I can provide my own transport. The fact that I get paid, so
Mhm.
I can use part of my salary. It's quite expensive, I must admit, but
It
I need
is.
to
It is
find
expensive.
I need to find a solution for me to get to and from work each and every
Mhm.
day.
Yes. And how long it is?
From home to the office,
Mhm.
uh, it depends with the traffic.
Oh, I see. Yes, that's right.
If the traffic is not that much,
Hmm.
it takes maybe about 30 minutes or 40 minutes drive.
Hmm. Oh,
Yes.
so it's far.
Yeah, it's
It's
quite
far.
far.
It's far.
Because my office is in town, the town center,
Mm,
and my home is out of town center. So yeah.
I see. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, so it's far. 30 minutes drive in a no traffic ride is far. It's about 40
Sure.
kilometers, I think,
Yeah.
approximately. So that's far away. Oh, wow. A taxi every day. Well, that's expensive.
Yeah, it
And
is.
yeah, I really hope that whoever is watching this could also comment and share what could be the possibilities, because you deserve to really have some support, because it's you have a drive and you want to make a change. Even to take a taxi every day to work as a part of your salary, still it's a high commitment towards fulfilling one's goal. And there are very few people around the world, I would say, that who have this type of a drive as the one that you have, and it deserves a good support. And I really hope also that one day when you have your peer support institution, because that's what I'm really praying that you will come up with, it will educate people in these type of determination elements quite a lot with the real examples, and we hope that towards this journey something will come up as we go on. But wow, a taxi every day, that could be expensive.
Yeah,
But
it is.
yeah,
It is.
yes, but it's understandable that it's better also your well-being um, than money. Money is something that perishes, but well-being stays with you all the time. Yes, yes. So you have your taxi driver who knows you and gave you special discount, I believe. It's very important. Yes, yes. And how do you commute from one point A to point B in terms of, let's say, going to the toilet or leaving the office to the coffee room?
Okay, so for now I only use crutches.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, I'm ever using my crutches. Well, I have a wheelchair at home, but
Hmm.
I'm not a fan of using a wheelchair.
Yes,
Yeah, I feel a wheelchair sort of limits my movements.
your movements,
Yeah,
that's right. Hmm.
so I prefer using my crutches.
Gorgeous, yes.
I feel I'm more confident.
Hmm.
I'm more comfortable using my crutches,
That's right.
and yeah, it just but also just helped me to in terms of reaching my limits. I think yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
not so much limited
That's right.
when I'm using my crutches. Yeah, so
Exactly.
I use my crutches
Hmm.
like all the time. Yeah.
All the time. And of course, you have used it for a very long time, that now they are comfortable, so to say. Yes.
they are they are part and parcel of me. Yeah.
Yes. Because when I saw your picture of the graduation, I didn't see them. And then I had to really think, why is this person writing this? And then I had to go to search for more information about you. Then I realized, okay, you have a story. Then when I came back to the picture, I realized that you had them somewhere
Yeah.
here. And okay, so so you can really stand with them, and nobody will notice if they don't look, and especially if you have a gown like that.
Yeah.
If of course you don't you don't look carefully. Fantastic. Yes, but it's good that you have one mobility element that you're comfortable with, because comfortability is another thing, and I think that is very important in any sense when you live with some limitations in terms of doing things. And then I wanted to look also about the ability section. So there were already a lot of abilities that you have discussed before. After we have started this discussion, but I wanted to ask you, through your experiences from the birth until now, what would you say was a way for you to realize your ability first?
Okay. I think I came to realize my abilities. I think it started with my family. I think
Mhm.
my parents noticed my abilities first
That's right.
as I was growing up.
Mhm.
So they really tried by always
Mhm.
uh, encourage me
Yes.
to realize my
Mhm.
abilities as a
Exactly.
person.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not really focusing on my
Mhm. Mhm.
disability. So
Yes, yes,
it
yes.
all started from there. So as I was growing up, I was also able to realize my own abilities,
Mhm.
like what I'm good into.
Mhm.
Of course, there are certain people maybe that have got people that have different talents. For
Mhm.
instance, that other people are good in singing, dancing.
Yeah.
People are good in with the arts,
Mhm.
and they use that to sustain themselves.
That's right.
So I think for me, I had to come to a point to say to just have a look at myself, um, just have that uh, inner uh,
Mhm.
self-checking,
That's right.
yeah, and really see what I'm good at
That's right.
and how I can use that to my
Mhm.
advantage. So I think the main thing that I discovered with business,
That's
it's
right.
me getting an education. I think
Exactly.
yeah, I realized to say if I'm able to be educated, then I'll be able to even realize more of my abilities.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I must say, um, I'm living a testimony of it.
That's right.
I think through education, I've come to realize more of my abilities.
Mhm.
Because it's through education process when I was at the uni, that's when
Mhm.
I did realize my leadership skills,
That's
which
right.
I didn't know about yeah, before my uni days.
That's right.
So yeah, I think, and up to now, I'm still realizing more of my abilities.
More of your
I think each
abilities.
and every time
Mhm.
I I realize new things in me.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think
So
the realization of abilities for me is still an ongoing process.
yeah, it's a continuous process, definitely. What would you tell a person in your situation and they think, because you spoke about your family quite often also in the previous discussion, and I think I still have to say that I have seen a few examples of people with some physical disabilities whose families also kind of somehow abandon them or uh, make them be like outcasts in a way. Uh, and these people have to really fight by themselves. Of course, they get support from the family, but the family is not really pushing a lot of efforts in order to get this person developed. It could be a child, it could be a relative, it could be a very close friend in a sense. But when you come, oh yeah, this is a person with disabilities, yeah, they will take care of you and everything, but they won't kind of give you motivation that, hey, you are so good in this, why couldn't you do this and that? So if there is anyone like this out there or any type of a family like this out there, what could you tell them in terms of motivating these people?
And mostly I like to say, as a family, uh, persons with disabilities, uh, for them, to them, yeah, like yeah, they're the first interaction that they have
Mhm.
before they go out there in the
Mhm.
community, in society. I think the first people that they interact with
Mhm.
is their close relation.
That's right.
Yeah, so it all starts from there. The way they'll be able to relate with the community out there, the society
Mhm.
out there,
Yeah.
it's mostly dependent on how the close family is
Mhm.
treated. So
Exactly.
it's really important that as close families,
Mm.
you try by all means to help
Exactly.
persons with disabilities to realize their abilities
Mm-hmm.
while they're still, because you are the first contact
Mm.
that they have.
That.
So whatever you tell them or whatever you do to them, that's what they'll take even
Mm.
out there. So
That's
it's
right.
sort of even becomes a challenge,
Mm.
uh, sort of for them to fit in into a different
Mm.
environment.
That's
Of
right.
course, they always have that in mind to say where I'm coming from. This is how I'm treated.
That's
So
right.
this is also how I'm supposed to expect each and every person to treat
Mm-hmm.
me.
That's
So
right.
as close relation, it's really important that you have that you give them that positive
Mm.
vibe to them,
Mm-hmm.
uh, that positive vibe to realize their ability so that even if you are not there,
Mm-hmm.
they'll always be able to carry on
Yeah.
what you are instituted in them because yeah, you are their first contact.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
whatever you say to them, whatever you do to them, it's what they'll carry
Mm.
most of the time.
And
Yeah,
what they will remember as well.
definitely.
Yes, it's very important, and of course the community around. I mean, we have to live in the communities that are uh, inclusive communities. I think I was very impressed to see that you graduated from the University of Zambia. In a sense, they accepted you and others. I believe they were more than yourself into the university regardless having some limitations that they didn't have infrastructure for, and they wanted to still give an opportunity for the person to have that education that is a right of everybody.
Yeah,
And I
sure.
think that's very, very important. And you could still get a dormitory to stay. So this is already some kind of an example to the community. Of course, more has to be done to create a more accommodating a system. But I think the first step is that include and accept.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
that was a very good
And it's
thing.
really important that the inclusion starts from where you're coming from, which
Hmm.
is from your family. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. And how would you want the future of inclusion be? And this is, of course, now we are speaking with people with physical disabilities, but we can also look at the inclusion as a whole, because the inclusive society we live in, the better. Uh, in your own view and visions, how could you dream about the future of inclusion?
Well, I think, like I said earlier, for me, my dream of inclusion it starts from the family,
Hmm.
where the person with disability is coming from.
Hmm.
Once there's that inclusion in the family,
Hmm.
I feel it even becomes much easier
Hmm.
for the society
That's right.
uh, be inclusive as well.
Hmm.
Because definitely, if the family comes together and just provide that inclusiveness to a person with a disability,
Hmm.
it will send a strong message to society out
Yeah.
there to say there are these kind of people, they are parts and parcel of us.
Hmm. Yes, yes.
Whatever decisions we are making,
Mm.
whatever policies that the nation is coming up with,
Hmm.
they have to include persons with disabilities.
Exactly. Yes.
So inclusion should always start from the family level
Hmm.
and then it goes up to national level.
Up to national level. So the family will teach the the family will teach a church will teach a community will
Yes,
teach a city will teach a nation. Wow.
yes. Because I believe we all come from families.
We all
And
come
as
from
family
families.
members interact with other family members.
Hmm.
So as much as there's that interaction, and there's inclusiveness from that area or from
That's
that
right.
level,
Mm,
it becomes much easier ever to have that inclusion at national level.
that's right.
Because people that come up with policies,
Mm,
they are coming from communities,
that's right.
different communities.
Different
And of course,
communities.
they are part and parcel of different families.
That's
And
right.
that's why you find persons with disabilities.
Disability. So we keep on positivity, confidence, and we are hoping for the best every time.
Exactly.
Yes. So
Yeah.
thanks a lot, and I wish you a very good rest of the day, and we'll be in contact then later on.
Thank you so much for having me. I think
Yes.
I'm really learning a lot.
Me
From
too.
interactions that I'm having with you. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really learning a lot and getting open-minded to so many things.
Hmm.
And it's that I didn't even know about.
That's right.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're very much
For
welcome.
sharing with me.
No
It's
problem.
just been an eye opener
Hmm.
for me on certain things that I wasn't really aware about. So,
Hmm.
thank you.
Yes. More possibilities are coming. We just have to keep the confidence and also the positivity, as we have done so far. So the work continues. And I'm sure the Zambian community will see that, the African community will see that, and the world will see that as well. And the future will be bright.
Sure.